HasanAbi corporate. I don't even know what that is. The Republican conservative quiet code. Should we start off with that one? This was really funny. I saw this TikTok. I think this is the one I'm thinking of. It's a lady who's like, we have a quiet code for conservatives on dating apps.
Watch something together.
So I don't know if liberals realize that Republicans
I've
are
seen this.
constantly speaking to each other in code out in public. Leave little clues for each other that only we will pick up on so we can identify each other out in the wild. I call this the quiet code.
All right, so there it is. The quiet code.
It's pretty funny because the quiet code is just like really silly. It's not quiet. It's basically, you know what it's like? It's like seeing a fucking Twitter account with a goddamn Greek statue in the avatar. You already know you're going to see some stupid ass shit. Okay? That's not quiet at all. Like, human beings, maybe not as good as monkeys, are very good at picking up on certain stimuli and assuming the worst. Okay? We're very good at that. We start associating certain imagery or certain symbols with bad. Okay? It's pattern recognition. And conservatives, because how stupid they are, think that it's think that pattern recognition is somehow a way that they are sneakily showing that they are conservative to other conservatives. And it's not sneaky at all. It's like seeing the quiet code is like seeing someone with an NFT avatar, or seeing someone on Twitter with a blue check mark, or seeing someone on Twitter with a Greek statue avatar, or the classic anime PFPs. Exactly. The pedophile, 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 person of color, person of color. This needs new updating though, because there's like a lot of rad libs, for example, that are also anime fans, like young queer teenagers who love or young radlib POC anime fans that also will take, like, in my experience is what I've seen, they'll take like an anime character that is oftentimes black. I don't know what, like, or brown. I don't know what the characters are, or sometimes they will make the character black or brown. And if I click on their profile, I know I'm going to read some crazy shit. Not like, obviously not pedophile, but like a lot of radlib anime fans are out there with insane takes, like some of the most wild takes. Always talking about age gaps, like nonstop. They're like, if someone is like 1 year younger than their partner, this is, sexual assault. This is violence being committed. And it's like, you're 14. What the f do you know about anything on the planet? Please stop. But regardless. All right, so let's get back to the quiet code.
Now strap in and get ready, because it is about to get absolutely hog wild up in here.
What are some examples of this quiet code? First and foremost, if a guy has moderate as his political views in a dating app, then ladies, he is a keeper because he is most likely a Republican. If a guy drives any kind of pickup.
It's so funny. It's like, dude, men are such what's happening? Conservatives are such, like, just say you're conservative, dog. Like, what are you trying to slip that in? Like, why are you trying to go on a date with someone that you know is going to despise your horrifying worldviews? Just say you're conservative. Which is also ironic because, like, again, this lady is talking about, like, the quiet code or whatever, but, like, everybody already knows that. You see a American flag in someone's profile, you know that motherfucker is a conservative. You see that little God emoji or the little cross emoji that people put, I know. If I see a Bible verse on a motherfucker's Instagram account, I know I'm about to see some wild shit, okay? Why are you putting a Bible verse on your Instagram profile? Like, why are you putting a little Latin cross emoji on your Instagram profile? It's literally, Instagram is the devil, okay? It is literally the furthest away you can be from being godlike. Why are you in these circles? Okay? What the fuck are you doing? It's like being Muslim and then going to a bar right after you go to the pig butcher shop. It's the opposite. It's a circle of hell, okay? It's Dante's Inferno, first level. Why are you there? It's not for you. Don't put this motherfucking cross on your Instagram description and act like you're here to do godly shit. Okay? You're not here to do godly shit.
Up truck, or if his love language is sending tweets, especially if his username is something like user12437. That is legacy from the pre-Elon days when we were all afraid to like anything.
I'm gonna let her keep talking because she keeps going, and it just like it keeps being so good. It just keeps being so good. But I have to say something. I have to let you know that she's being serious. There are a lot of people in the comments of that video that are like, this is satire, right? This has to be satire. But y'all, I really don't think that it is.
Fellas, if your man's Twitter profile is user127589, you're not dating a man, you're dating a crypto bot. Okay? You're dating a bot that was created by possibly a man to shill crypto under every Elon Musk post. Just letting you know, just cluing you in on this so you don't make a mistake. It's not an accident that the man that you're talking to keeps telling you about his apes. Okay? He does not have a Jane Goodall style interest in monkeys and apes. He is talking about crypto apes. He's trying to sell you apes. All my apes gone is what he is going to say to you after he sells it to you. Okay, let's keep going.
I think that she I think she's being serious.
If they're ever wearing anything from Orvis or Bass Pro Shop, if they have the All In Pod or Joe Rogan as recently played in their Spotify, if they watched Yellowstone or are into grilling.
Like,
the people are so sad, man.
So I don't know if liberals.
Yeah, here, let's
that
just watch the
Republicans
full
are
one.
Constantly speaking to each other in code up on quiet code. I mean, there is a whole happening around them, like when they see people walking through brick walls and train stations. What are
oh god, everyone's a libtard. Everyone is so libtarded, dude. Look, Harry Potter references.
Actually, don't pick up on. It's kind of like the Muggles in Harry Potter when they just don't notice all the magic happening around them. Like
it's like she's not doing a bit, man. She's not doing a bit. This account is called non-libtake. Okay? She's not doing a bit. She's like this stupid, okay?
When they see people walking through brick walls and train stations. What are some examples of this quiet code? First and foremost, if a guy has moderate as his political views in a dating app, then ladies, he is a keeper because he is most likely a Republican. There are other subtle indications that you are politically simpatico. If a guy drives any kind of pickup truck, or if his love language.
Yo, they're unironically going through their like 2014 era, SJW era. Conservatives are unironically going through that right now online because neoliberalism has the capacity to just like suck everything under this monoculture understanding of the world. And it's like, obviously neoliberalism is also inherently right-wing when it comes to economic policy, but like on the social front, conservatives are basically also turning into liberals. Like this is the exact same type of energy as like, oh, these are my red flags in guys and making a video like that. This is the type of that conservatives used to make fun of, okay? This is the type of stuff that conservatives used to make fun of while they were always this person, right? It's really, really funny and really interesting to me, at least, that they have gone full circle. Like, this is indecipherable. If you didn't understand the cultural, the cultural signifiers that she's pointing to, you would think that this is a Pod Save America listener. You would think that this is literally someone who's like, I love Jon Favreau. I want him so bad. Not the actor, writer. I'm talking Jon Favreau, the brilliant Obama speechwriter. Okay? Obama John. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, damn, you're going to rip that and not even read my comment? What? Oh, this is big Pod Save America energy? Good chatter. So, yeah, she is pod John sexual, exactly. Actually, I'm more of a Tommy Vitor gal. Anyway, so it's kind of funny. to be like this, to be like this kind of person. It's like, it's giving, I'm leaving for Canada if Joe Biden gets elected energy. You know what I mean? I thought this was the type of stuff that you guys made fun of. They've become that person. The language they use, the aesthetics, the overarching sense of like wanting to protect yourself, looking for a safe space. All of this is just liberalism.
Language is sending tweets, especially if his username is something like user12437. That is legacy from the pre-Elon days when we were all afraid to like anything or risk getting locked out of our accounts. If they're ever wearing anything from Orvis or Bass Pro Shop, if they have the All-In Pod or Joe Rogan as recently played in their Spotify, if they watched Yellowstone or are into grilling, if they have a sudden newfound favor of Bill Maher, like in the last 2 years, if they stop at Buc-ee's on road trips, if they
This is like an incredibly specific person. Okay? She's basically talking about like the last guys that she's dated in Austin, Texas or something that is like supposed to be a liberal area, but like kind of still has some conservatives. You know what I mean? It's just so odd. It's like person who is, she's describing a person who is like mostly in a liberal, predominantly liberal area, definitely has like even liberal tendencies in certain respects, but is like still very much a conservative. That's what she's talking about. Because I don't think conservatives that live in predominantly conservative areas are trying to desperately hide their conservatism. You know what I mean? I think that they are openly saying that they're conservative. They write "Let's go Brandon" on their dating apps or whatever the
have books or ever reference Jordan Peterson or David Goggins, and if they have any kind of American flag on their
look, Megaphonics' dad liking Bill Maher suddenly in the last 2 years is such a conservative thing. My dad likes him now too. Exactly. Megaphonics' dad is a lib, okay? A conservative lib. It's very obvious. Like this isn't like a rugged I bleed red, brother, red, white, and blue type conservative. We're talking about like a dude who probably lives in a very liberal area who still has the reliable 2 million Republican voters in the state of California that live in one of the metropolitan areas. I'm not talking Bakersfield. I'm not talking outside of San Diego. I'm talking like people that are otherwise lib coded. Okay, Orange County conservatives.
Clothes or on their car. But that one's just a dead giveaway at this point.
Anyway, why did I look at this? Well, the reason why I looked at it is because it's great content. I love dumbasses like this. I don't really care about the reaction too much, but here, let's look at the red and green flags in dating for young Americans. Let's start off with that. So USA Polling did this research where they surveyed 1,033 registered voters aged 18 to 34 in the U.S. between August 25th and September 1st. Okay? Now, I just want to mention something. This is not a good poll. Okay? Not going to be a good poll. One, it's not going to be a good poll because, well, they polled voters. Who the between the ages of 18 to 34 is like voting? If there's anything that people between the age of 18 and 35 like doing, it's not voting, okay? They're beating your ass in the streets if you're voting, okay? You're a goddamn nerd. It's like people in this community. So, red flags in a partner. Do you consider each of the following behavior traits a green, beige, or a red flag in a partner? 76% of women said identifying as a MAGA Republican. 59% of men said they identify as a MAGA Republican as a red flag. They have no hobbies, 66%. They say all lives matter. 60% of women said that is a red flag. They say there are only two genders. 58% of women said that that is a red flag. They are so unbothered. They never ask for details. They identify as a communist is at 55%. Right next to they listen to Joe Rogan. And right next to they identify as a conservative. So communism is a red flag. Well, technically, communism is the red flag. So remember that. Also, men versus women, 64% of men said identifying as a communist is a red flag. So ladies, there you go. That's your parachute. That's your exit ramp. That's your ripcord that you can pull out. If a date is going really poorly, you'd be like, I'm a communist, by the way, and I think that we should overthrow the dictatorship of the bourgeoisie and implement a dictatorship of the proletariat. They refused to see the Barbie movie. 53% of women said that that's a red flag. That's so funny. 50% of women said that they don't care about politics as a red flag. 29% of men said that that's a red flag. Men probably think that's a green flag, let's be real. They own a gun, 27%. They watch reality dating shows, 26%. They talk about politics frequently, 23%. They're into astrology, 20%. They identify as a liberal, 19%. For men, it's pretty much the opposite in many instances. Okay? They're into astrology for men is like 41%. Men hate communism the most, it seems, from this list. They hate communism more than they hate not having hobbies, more than they hate not identifying as a MAGA Republican. They hate that like the absolute most. They hate it. They're like, communism, no thanks for me. Not for me, no thanks. Do not touch that. They're into astrology is at 41% as a red flag for men, which is pretty funny. They identify as a liberal is at 33% as a red flag for men. God damn, men are trash. Holy dude. Jesus Christ. This is so They take candid pictures of you, 9%. They're not on social media. They have too many hobbies. They send green texts. They prefer cow milk over non-dairy milk, blah, blah, blah. They read. They look better in person. Now let's look at the green flags in a partner. Green flags for both, 95% say they read. First of all, this is bullshit, okay? Absolutely zero motherfuckers are reading. Get the hell out of here. Who is reading? Ain't nobody is out there reading. I'm sorry, you will never convince me that these people are reading. No shot. And also, what kind of books? Because a lot of people that read, unfortunately, are reading the worst books, okay? Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you know? How to Win Friends and Influence People. You know, self-help style books. Straight up. So, I don't know what they mean by this, okay? Researching the best deals and rates before buying, 88% say green flag. That kind of makes sense, I would agree, because that's like everyone's broke, you know what I mean? Our material conditions are not great, especially in this generation. They say Black Lives Matter is a green flag for 60% of women. 38% of men say it's a green flag. What the fuck is going on with men on this poll specifically? Absolutely, what the fuck? It's like, what is happening? Just women are liberal and men are just like insanely conservative? Is that what it is? They look better in person as a green flag for 51%, for 63% of men. They take candid pictures of you as a green flag. They identify as a liberal. Green flag for 39% of women. They are not on social media. They say there are only two genders. 46% of men see that as a green flag. What the f***? Men are just like, I want my partner to be transphobic, racist, but not a MAGA Republican, because that's a red flag for some reason. But, I want my partner to just have really awful dog points of view. Not a communist. Oh, no. But not even a MAGA Republican. How gross. Men want to date men. Yeah. Pretty gay. Dudes, turns out, just want to dudes. Okay. They are young men who vote. Of course, they're a college conservative, which is anti-MAGA. I guess you're right. Got to hit that sweet spot. What if only men voted and only women, only non-white voters? Oh, 538 did this like really cool concept. If only women voted, Democrats would get 275 districts. If only men voted, Republicans would win 249 districts. If only college-educated people voted, wow, that's actually that's more surprising than I thought. 233 projected Democrat districts. If only women voted, If only people of color voted. If only women voted. If only men voted. If only white people voted. Oh, God. I don't know if this is real. I don't know how they run these. The reason I didn't break down the POC vote in the various groups by gender, ethnicity, or education level is that no matter how I broke it down, it was always 100% blue. College educated whites voting. This changed, by the way. It's really interesting. This is an old thing. This is an old poll, but like, I think this would look a little different now with Joe Brandon. I would like to see what this would look like. But if only white men voted, 45 dishes. What the 45 electoral college votes. That's nuts. We couldn't even take California Dems as white men. Yeah. Go back to 538 is not a thing that I thought you would ever say. Go back to 538 is such a strange thing to say in this chat. It's like thinking you're not going to see an ad at the top of the hour or sometimes half an hour into the top of the hour because it's only been an hour just now. Getting a HasanAbi subscription, green flag. Watching ads at the top of the hour, red flag. This has all been very depressing. I mean, we're just having fun, man. You shouldn't read too much into this. This is like a silly poll. They say all lives matter being a green flag at 32% for men is pretty wild to me. But yeah, I guess they read is men's biggest green flag. They look better in person, and researching best deals and rates before buying is like a huge one for both men and women. I don't understand. Yeah, it's odd to me. And then the two genders owning a gun, saying all lives matter, and preferring cow milk over any non-dairy milk. Why is this a point of contention? I love cow milk. I've consumed it my whole life, but I also love the non-dairy substitutes as well. It's very odd to think that this is important. The way being able to digest dairy is seen as a green flag is just bizarre. Yeah. What's happening there? Like what men are like, hey, sorry, if you're lactose intolerant, well, that's a red flag for me. It's not going to work. Literally just culture war aesthetics. Yeah, it's very, very, very stupid. Speaking of very stupid, Poland.